We want to take you now to Greenville, North Carolina, where, as you see, Vice President Harris is holding a campaign rally. We want to listen into what she has to say.
And it's so wonderful to be back in North Carolina. Thank you all. It is so good to see you. And thank you. And I want to thank this is an auditorium packed with incredible leaders, and I thank you all for taking the time this Sunday afternoon with all that you have going on. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you all. I want to also thank State Senator Smith, State Senator Hunt, your next Lieutenant Governor, Congressman Davis, a proud graduate of ECU, and let's elect Josh Stein as your next governor. And he and Governor Cooper are not here today because they've been working around the clock dealing with the hurricane recovery efforts. And we want to always thank them and all the incredible local, state, and federal leaders who have been working together for North Carolina. I was here 8 days ago in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, and since then, of course, another powerful storm, Hurricane Milton, cut a path of destruction through Florida. And our hearts, I know, all of us, and our prayers go out to everyone who's been impacted by these storms. I have spoken to both state and local officials, both Republican and Democrat, to let them know we will be with you every step of the way as you recover. Because in times like this, we stand together as one nation. That is who we are. So, North Carolina, we have 23 days until Election Day. We are nearing the home stretch. Now listen, let me just say, I know we are really excited to see each other. I couldn't be more excited to see everybody here, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a tight race until the very end. And we are running as the underdog, so we have some hard work ahead of us, but we like hard work. Hard work is good work. And with your help in 23 days, we will win. We will win. We will win. Yes, we will. We will win. So what we know, and here's why. One of the reasons is that we all know, and we are gathered here together, because we know this election really is about two very different visions for our nation. One is focused on the past, the other ours focused on the future. Ours is a campaign focused on issues that matter, for example, to working families across America, like bringing down the cost of living, investing in small businesses and entrepreneurs. How many small business owners do we have here? Thank you. We are focused on protecting reproductive freedom. On keeping our nation secure. But none of that is what we hear from Donald Trump. Instead, from him, we are just hearing from that same old tired playbook. He has no plan for how he would address the needs of the American people. He is only focused on himself. take North Carolina, and he's not being transparent with the voters. He's not being transparent. So check this out. He refuses to release his medical records. I've done it. Every other presidential candidate in modern era has done it. He is unwilling to do a 60 Minutes interview. Like every other major party candidate has done for more than half a century. He is unwilling to meet for a second debate. And here's the thing. It makes you wonder. Why does his staff want him to hide away? One must question, are they afraid that people will see that he is too weak and unstable to lead America? Is that what's going on? So folks, for these reasons and so many more, it is time to turn the page. It is time to turn the page because America is ready to chart a new way forward, ready for a new and optimistic generation of leadership, which is why Democrats, independents, and Republicans are supporting our campaign. Because they and we know we need a president who works for all the American people. And that has been the story of my entire career. I have only ever had one client, the people. As a young courtroom prosecutor, I stood up for women and children against predators. As Attorney General of California, I took on the big banks and delivered $20 billion from middle-class families who faced foreclosure. I stood up for veterans and students being scammed by the big for-profit colleges. I've stood up for workers being cheated out of the wages they were due. Stood up for seniors facing elder abuse. And as president, it is my pledge to you that I will always fight for all the American people. And together, we will build a brighter future for our nation. And that future includes building what I call an opportunity economy, where everyone can compete and have a real chance to succeed. Under my economic plan, we will bring down the cost of housing and help first-time home buyers with a $25,000 down payment assistance. We will expand Medicare to cover home health care for seniors, so more seniors can live at home with dignity, and give more support to the sandwich generation, to those of you who are raising young children and taking care of your parents. And look, I just have to say something about home health care and the need that I know so many people have for help. Look, so when my mother was sick, after she had been diagnosed with cancer, I took care of her. And for those of you who have taken care of somebody who needs that kind of help, it's about trying to cook something that they have a taste for and want to eat. It's about trying to find something that they can wear that is not irritating their skin and is soft enough. It's about trying from time to time to figure out something you can do to just bring a smile to their face or make them laugh, right? It's the work that is about giving folks dignity. But far too many people on this issue of home health care, if you need the support to give that care to your family member, it means either paying down and losing as much as you can to be able to afford to have Medicaid, or having to leave your job, which means cutting off a very important part of your income, just to give people in your life the dignity and the support they deserve. That's why I'm saying we're going to have Medicare cover that home health care to help you. We will lower costs, including on everything from health care to groceries. I will take on corporate price gouging. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. I will give a middle-class tax cut to 100 million Americans, including $6,000 during the first year of your child's life, knowing that the vast majority of parents have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not always the resources to be able to do it. And so extending the child tax credit to $6,000 to give folks the ability to be able to buy that car seat or that crib in that most fundamental phase of their child's development. So all this to say, I will always put the middle class and working people first. From the middle class, and I will never forget where I come from. Now, Donald Trump, well, he has a different plan. Just Google Project 2025. It is a detailed and dangerous blueprint for what he will do if he is elected president. Donald Trump will give billionaires and corporations massive tax cuts, cut Social Security and Medicare, make it easier for companies to deny overtime pay for workers. He would get rid of that $35 cap on insulin for seniors. He would impose what I call a Trump sales tax, a 20% tax on everyday basic necessities, which will cost the average American family $4,000 more a year. On top of all of this, Donald Trump intends to end the Affordable Care Act. And he has no plan to replace it. Did you see the debate? He has concepts of a plan.
All right, you've been listening to Vice President Kamala Harris. She is in Greenville, North Carolina, as you see, holding a rally there, talking, just as you were listening to, about her opponent, former President Trump. I want to bring in Alex Prochet, who is at the White House for us. Alex, we've got to talk about, I mean, she's taking it right to her opponent. She came out and said, 23 days to the election, this is the home stretch. I want your thoughts on what she said so far as I give you this quote. I'm sure you wrote it down as well, Alex. It makes you wonder, why does his staff want him to hide away? Are you too weak to lead America? It's time to turn the page. She's using words like weak and unstable, which will no doubt get under the former president's skin.
Absolutely, and she's been good at doing that. She was good at doing that in the debate. But look, I mean, she's brought up the fact that he's refused to release his medical record, something that she has done. She brought up the fact that he's refused to do a 60 Minutes interview, something that she has done. She also brought up the fact that he's refused to do a second debate, something that she has called for and is on board with. But, I mean, you look at this line of needling from the vice president, and it really kind of reminds you of the same sort of needling that Republicans a cycle ago did to President Joe Biden, talking about that he was locked away in a basement. You heard that from the former president and many of his surrogates. And so now she's kind of flipped the script, bringing a lot of that same kind of tone and energy to Trump. And look, I mean, she's been able to get under his skin before. We'll see how he responds. He's supposed to speak about a little less than a half hour from now, but I'm sure he's paying attention.
Yeah, and he's going to be in Arizona. So you have the two candidates, 23 days left, final stretch, as the vice president just said. One candidate's in Arizona, one candidate's in North Carolina. I mean, they can't be in all of the battleground states at once, but these are two states that are must-win states.
Absolutely, Phil. And I mean, you look at the 538 polling average here in North Carolina, it is within a point. Trump just slightly ahead. Arizona, we know how important that is, a linchpin in terms of electoral math for Republicans out west. And so, I mean, listen, all of these little stops, these remaining 23 days are going to be absolutely critical.
Absolutely critical, and you'll be covering it all for us. Alex Perche from the White House. Alex, thanks so much.